Daniel, here you are. Welcome to the I Dare You podcast. Great to have you here.
Darren, it's great to be here. Thank you so much. I can't thank you for all the work you're doing. You helped inspire me to have my own podcast, even. So thank you for that. You're doing great work. And it really is an honor to be here to dare people to be better and not live on autopilot. I can't wait to dive into this episode with you.
That's great. Well, listen, the honor is all mine. The asset mindset, but it feels like a movement that you're building. You're doing some cool things. Tell us, what is the asset mindset, sir?
Oh, great question. And thank you for asking that. So the asset mindset is more of a life philosophy. It actually changes the way you think. You start taking ownership of your life and realizing, hey, I'm my greatest asset. I can help myself more than anybody else. So that is so empowering. You learn to surround yourself with good people, do self assessments, and realize, hey, am I with positive people? Am I doing positive things in positive places? And that's a game changer when you can have self awareness and realize, hey, this habit or place I'm going or this person I'm hanging out with, I need to set boundaries and stop being with this person that's negative or bringing me down. Or if it's an abusive relationship or work setting, whatever it may be, when you start applying the asset mindset and you're like, I can take myself out of this. I'm not a rock. I have legs. I'm a human being. I can move. So move yourself. And then the third thing that really helps people, and it's so funny because you're giving to others and you're being an asset, not a liability to others. You give your time, maybe you give your support, encouragement, whatever it may be. The more you start giving, the more you start receiving. And if you do those things and apply the asset mindset, it really does change people's lives. And that is why it's becoming a movement. That is why I got noticed by Simon and Schuster, and now I'm signed with them. I never thought that would happen. I was a, first time writer and author, and my first book gets signed with Simon and Schuster. Mind blowing. But
Fantastic.
with most things and most people, when you speak the truth, it radiates.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. To write the book and to step way out and to move forward on this. I mean, what was that process like for you? Why did you do it?
Yeah, I never thought I'd be an author. That was not something on my radar at all. The process was, I'm going to use a term that I've talked about with a fellow Green Beret, Travis Wilson, a good friend of mine, is screw it, just do it. People were asking me to share my story, to share my insights. And I was like, you know what? Screw it, just do it. Comes to jumping out of a plane. I don't care who you are. Everybody's going to be scared the first time they jump. At least a little bit. You might be excited and whatnot, but there's that element of fear in there. And the thing I've learned throughout my life is fear is, there's all kinds of acronyms, but I love the, future expectations appearing real. Fear is something in the future that may or may not happen. Don't let something that may or may not happen control you in the moment. And I've learned to just face fear. And I've also noticed that fear is an incredible opportunity. Almost every time I've had some fear in my life, it's been a defining moment. It's given me an opportunity to be brave, to be courageous. And those are incredible opportunities. So don't get stuck by fear. Understand it and face it. And you can do amazing things. You can be brave and courageous too.
Hey, Daniel, how often did you jump out of airplanes?
Ooh, it depends. We don't always get a chance to jump when we're deployed. When I'm in Afghanistan, I didn't jump at all. There's a jump rule for that. You come back and then you got to make up so many jumps. When I was on active duty, you're supposed to jump at least one time every 3 months. Every quarter you need to do one jump to stay proficient.
Really? Okay, I'm living through I'm living through you here. I can't even imagine in your military background what you and your colleagues did on on a day-to-day basis. But there's that type of fear. But look, even in our professional lives or our personal lives, fear comes in many, many forms, and it can either paralyze you or you can take that immediate next step. I mean, not worrying about the 20th step, which we all do often, but it's just that very first step, proving yourself you can do it, and that win becomes evidence you can do it, and then it builds on that. So pick it up from there. Am I getting close to the asset mindset?
Oh, absolutely. And just getting moving and getting started is so important. People forget that all the time. They're having this dream or something and they're like, man, I can't, or fear is stopping them. Just start moving, start writing, start playing an instrument, start going and attending an organization or a club that is supporting your goals. Get in that environment. Just do it. You'll be amazed what happens. And it's going to be life changing because the more you do it, the more you get brave, the more you get
Right.
courageous. And you need to do those things because otherwise you're staying in your comfort zone. And if you're in your comfort zone, you're not going to create growth. That's not how we grow as human beings and people. It doesn't matter who you are, what stage of life you're in, what season. You need to realize you need to get out of your comfort zone and just do
Yeah.
it.
I think Daniel's dropping a lot of truth bombs here. For everyone listening, maybe on your way to work or dropping the kids off of school or you're working out, I want you just to think about when's the last time you had that feeling in your gut that made you uncomfortable, made you to reframe that is something that it's excitement. It's something you haven't done before, and you're on the verge of growing. If you have not had sweaty palms lately, look for those opportunities in life. What do you say to that, sir?
Oh, absolutely. Make that phone call, go for that deal, whatever it is, ask that person out for a date.
There we
You
go.
need to do that. You need to push yourself. You're here to grow and don't let fear control you. You need to own your power. You need to be in control and drive your life. Yes, there's going to be speed bumps. Yeah, there may be a roadblock. But just like when you're in your car and there's a roadblock or something happens, what does GPS do? Nowadays, you just reroute. That's
Yeah.
what you need to do in your life. But you have to drive. Otherwise, you never get to your destination.
Yeah, well said. I love that analogy. By the way, you you talked about ask her out. I just saw a stat, Daniel. I mean, you're married, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. I'm married as well, and I know you have kids. I have kids. Anyway, the stat I saw is that right, the 75% of men, young men between 18 and 24, have never asked a woman out. They've never done the thing of going up and saying, "Hey, would you would you like to go out?" Does that surprise you at all? Because I
Ah.
still can't stop thinking about that.
Yeah, that does surprise me. It surprises me quite a bit. I guess we're showing our age, older generations, because we
Yeah.
didn't have social media. I think they see so many things on social media and that's out there that they think it's away from them and they can't do it or they can't reach it. It's untouchable.
Yeah.
And get out there in life. These younger generations, talk to people, get with organizations, do stuff. Don't just stay on the device. It's a great tool, but that should not be your entire life, just socially
Right.
on social media.
That's good. Now, listen. Tell me, your dad. What are the ages of your kids, sir?
I have an 18-year-old son, and then I have a 7 and a 9-year-old girl. So I
Okay.
have quite the dynamic in my house. I have a young man now, and I have two young girls that before I know it, they're going to be in their teenage years because time flies.
Man, you got another couple books in you with the years you have coming up here for sure. Um, but listen, how does this asset mindset fit into being a dad? Social media for me is the biggest distraction, and if I want to get in a bad mindset, I just doom scroll for a few minutes, and my mindset
Mm.
is horrible. So, how are you navigating that, Daniel, as being a dad, but also what you believe in your core about having that asset mindset? What advice you giving to your girls?
Oh, my girls, well, they're learning a lot because of their brother, because I learned a lot as a parent. You try and set boundaries and tell your children left and right limits, and then you give them the device. And then what does every child do? They push left and right limits and boundaries. And I found my son doing things he shouldn't have been doing.
Hmm.
So we had a talk, and my solution was all right, we're going to rein back in, and you've lost this as a privilege. It's not your phone. I love when kids are like, that's my phone. Actually, no, you don't pay for it. You didn't buy it. It's not your phone. You have
Yeah.
the privilege. So, what we did with my son is he had a smartphone, iPhone, and he lost it and got a flip phone. There was none
Mm.
of this social media stuff. I was like, hey, you want to call, talk to your friends? And you can call, you can text old school way, but you're not having this worldwide internet place out there that you can just roam and do whatever. And it it was very detrimental for him mentally and, in life.
Sure.
And the most powerful thing that happened afterwards that made me and my wife feel good about our decision to just give him a flip phone. And it was, Dad, that was the best, worst thing that ever happened to me.
Come on.
And I
That's what your
was like,
son said?
wow, that's what my son said. He picked up guitar. He's been playing guitar for a few years now. He plays in a praise band. He's getting compliments. Like, he has joy in his life so much more. It's incredible. I think the doom scrolling, or you get caught up and you don't realize, because it's never ending.
No.
People just get sucked in, and it doesn't stop. And for a young mind and kids, it's too much. So I think when they're young, they shouldn't have it. And my girls, once they get older and teenagers, they're going to have a flip phone too.
Wow. All right. I admire you for a lot of reasons, but I'm going to chalk this one up as well. Okay, parents out there, for everyone that is a new parent or you've got young kids, I'm telling you from a dad who have made a few mistakes, don't blink. Do not blink. Because when you
Mm.
give in and give that smartphone, you're giving them access to a very, very dark world. And it does impact their mindset and their mental health. Daniel, I was talking to a mental health expert, and he was saying, parents are so concerned about sending their kids outside to play because they're worried about stranger abduction or something like that. And so they leave them inside. They put them inside with their smartphones. That's the most dangerous place to be. And it sounds like I don't have to convince you of that.
No, not at all. And they're spot on. And I want to share some other parenting advice while we're on this topic.
Yeah, go.
And I was going in, and we always try and grow, right? As people, if you're dedicated, you have the asset mindset philosophy, you have a growth mindset, you're always trying to improve. And I was trying to figure things out. How can I be the best dad? And let me tell you, there's something that you can do that's pretty much guaranteed to help change the tone, the mindset, the spirit of your children. Is
Mm.
every morning make the first 10 minutes special. Even if they wake up late or something's going on, don't yell at them. Those first 10 minutes help set the tone for the day. And then 10 minutes at night before they go to bed, or, hey, it's time to go to bed, don't yell at them, brush your teeth. Don't
Yeah.
have this negative energy. Fill them with love so their body can feel safe, go to sleep, relax. They won't have nightmares. Those first 10 minutes and those last 10 minutes of the day are so precious for a child, and you will be doing them such a great service if you can implement that in your parenting.
I think it's so good. Can I build on that? Because I was reflecting back on
Absolutely, please.
some of the things that I tried to do is that when kids come home from school, the question is, "How was your day?" Which is transactional, kind of lazy. And by the way, the answer is fine or no answer. But if you flip it, what part of the day was the most fun? Just that one change now, it reframes it so that you're talking about something positive, or what was the coolest thing you learned today? And now you're having that discussion. I think you're bringing something up here, Daniel, as far as being a parent about it's not just our own mindset, but when we can focus on others and help them craft that, we're right back to that asset mindset principle that you talk so much about.
Absolutely. It's you're being an asset for your children. You're helping them grow. And I think
Yeah.
one of the things that we need to understand as people too is it's not, yes, it's a lot about them, but it has to be about yourself too. If you're not growing, if you're not leading the example, if they don't see you working on bettering yourself, maybe having a coach or mentor, doing workbooks or reading, trying
Yeah.
to improve yourself, that is so important, because that's going to make you a better person, which will make you a better parent or better partner or a better coworker or whatever it is. You need to be working on yourself. So find yourself a coach or a mentor, or do workbook activities, or do things that are going to improve you, because that will improve everybody's life around you.
Daniel's bringing up again another truth around your ability to focus on yourself and to master your own self and your mindset has huge implications. And Daniel, one of the things that I noticed, what the asset mindset, you have got these really cool new workbooks, the mindset method workbooks that are the companion, I think, to the asset mindset. Tell us about the mindset method workbooks. I'm intrigued here.
Oh, these, yeah, they're incredible. So the asset mindset, the book has opened a lot of people's eyes, but you can tell someone how to ride a bike, but that doesn't mean that they can just hop on and do it. You need to actually practice and do things. So what the workbooks are is practice on building your positive mindset, building growth, doing situational awareness exercises, looking around you in your environments or what you're doing. It's incredible. So it's a how to create workbook of the asset mindset. And that is the mindset method, which is just doing the work, spending the time. And there's a 4-week one. And if you're feeling brave or you're confident, I challenge you to do the advanced workbook. That is 8 weeks. And if you do that, you will not be the same person at all at the end.
Okay, I like it. What kind of feedback are you getting on the workbooks, Daniel?
Oh, great feedback. It's really interesting when I do get messages or things back like this changed my life or whoa, this exercise really open my eyes to whatever their situation is. Like I didn't understand how this person, they're a family member and spending time with them, their negativity and complaining really affected me. I never
Hmm.
picked up on it before. Or I didn't realize I was taking my work home. Or I didn't realize how much time I just wasted, not realizing that I can be every day working on my own goals. I don't have to go to work for somebody else, come home, and then it's, ooh, my unwind time. I'm going to eat, sit, watch TV or Netflix or movie. It's actually exercises that create mental strength. Just like if you went to the gym and you did bench press exercises to get
Yeah.
stronger. That's what the workbook is created. And it's incredible. And the feedback, I am grateful that God's gifted me this role now where I'm able to share things that are helping people because there's nothing like helping people.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, let's take a time out here. So, many of you listening have right now an executive coach, someone who is your guide and your mentor, helping you navigate professional challenges and become the best version of you. Others do not because you haven't had an opportunity, or frankly, because it's a huge investment. It's a lot of money. With these mindset method workbooks, Special Forces Green Beret, leadership principles. This is a really cool opportunity. It doesn't come along every day.
You're absolutely right. If you don't have a coach or mentor in the world right now that's helping you be better, get a workbook. This workbook,
Yeah.
it's like having me for a mentor for a month because you are getting elite level training and
Yeah.
I'm doing it just really help people. And I know people are so much more powerful. I've seen it and witnessed it in the years, whether it's outside the military or in the military. I've seen people do amazing things. I've seen people overcome fear. It's just incredible and you can do it. And if you have the right tools, man, you can change your life.
Yeah. Good. Very good. Hey, in your experience, you've been working with a lot of high performers, and what gets in their way from actually doing what you're suggesting?
Well, if you're talking about high performers, they see an obstacle, then they adapt, they overcome, they go through it, they face it. That's what a high performer is. So if we get the people that are on the fence, that have the ability but are scared, I think fear is still the number one thing that stops people. Fear of judgment, like, oh, I'm going to step out and do this. I'm going to be a speaker. People aren't going to like what I have to say, or they're not going to like how I look on stage, or people have fear of judgment. And I think that is probably the biggest thing that stops people. And you got to get over fear. You
Yeah.
need to dare yourself to be like, all right, I'm going to do this and I don't care. I talk about in my book, The Asset Mindset, when I learned at a young age at a martial arts tournament to just say, screw it, just do it type deal. But I actually said, F it, because I was a teenage boy. And I'm like,
Oh,
all right, I'm going to do this. Because there was this big, huge guy that was at this national martial arts tournament that everybody was scared to fight. He was the biggest guy and very intimidating. And I ended up having to fight him first. And
okay.
I figured I'd lose, but I was like, screw it. I'm going to make him earn it. And I just got angry and turned that around and turned that fear into excitement. Like, oh, I'm going to show this guy,
Yeah.
whatever. And I started winning, and then I had the belief. And once I actually won, I was like, oh, if I can beat him, I can be, wow, this power of believing in myself or facing the fear, that is game changing. And yeah, you may lose, but guess what? One loss is temporary. You get back up and you do it again. How many people failed? When it's creating the light bulb, how many attempts was that? Jeez, it's like,
Yeah.
was it 1,000 light bulbs before you got one that worked? So, you know, you can do it, people. Don't let fear control you. That is the biggest thing that stops people. Fear
Yeah.
of judgment, fear of failure, and we all fail. It's part of being a human being. So just do it anyways.
Yeah, I think that's so good. Hey, Daniel, you have talked a couple times here about giving to others and also surrounding yourself with the right people, and I love that. But I just have now started to learn more that you also are doing some pretty cool philanthropy work. And how is the asset mindset really fitting into this discussion about giving back and helping others?
Oh, great question. Thank you for asking that, because I think a lot of people miss this part of the asset mindset. It is the third phase, or the third key in it, is being an asset to others. But getting involved with philanthropy and giving back to people, boy, I've made some incredible connections.
Yep.
Great people. I feel good. The foundations I work with, the Mian Foundation, I've gone down to Guatemala a couple times with my wife. Amazing people, all different types of people from different backgrounds: insurance salesmen, firefighters,
Hmm.
military. It's just incredible, the people that you see and you're around, and they're inspirational. That's the thing. When you start giving and you're in a organization that gives, boy, it just feeds your fire and your fuel. You feel alive. Working with the Green Beret with the mission challenge that I helped create up in New Hampshire. It's going on 6 years now.
Hmm.
And that is an organization with Camp Resilience and Swim with the Mission. They help veterans, first responders. They are dealing with trauma, substance dependency, all these different things, and working with them and seeing people, change their lives, or even better yet, save lives. Doing things with the Green Beret Foundation, that's, of course, dear to my heart because I'm a former Green Beret.
Hmm.
And it is incredible. That's the thing I think people miss about philanthropy until they've done it. Talk to someone before and after they've done a mission trip and see how it's changed them. It's such a powerful thing. There's a lot of evil in the world, but there's a lot of love too. And if you get in an organization or involved with a group that is doing positive work and philanthropic stuff, or just humanitarian work or church mission work, whatever it may be, you are going to be surprised by how much love is out there. And it's going to make
Yeah.
you feel better about the world. It's going to do so many positive things. It will change you for the better, I promise.
Yeah. Daniel, this is inspiring me because I have not done enough in my life formally to do more mission work or some of these things. But I'll tell you one quick story. I had an opportunity to do some work with Love Does. And one of the things that they do is they go to San Quentin Prison and they have Bible studies. They work with the prisoners there and helping them. I was there for a day, just one day. And it changed me in so many ways, in part because of the people that I met there. Just the coolest people that I never would have met because in my life and my routine, I'm just doing the same routine every single day, which I love. It's a great thing. But amazing, just that 1 degree shift where that one day where I went to San Francisco and took part in this event, I have now created this amazing new network of people in my life that, just like you said, there's love in the world. They are challenging me to be better just because of who they are. And so you would say what to that?
I would say absolute truth, and keep doing it. And for the listeners out there, step out in the world and do it. It's incredible. It opens doors. It opens your heart. It opens your mind. There's so much, like, I don't know anybody that's ever done anything like that that has regretted it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And if you're feeling down and out and you go work with someone that's more down and out, it's going to make you feel gratitude. You're going to feel good. They're going to be grateful. Like, there's just so many things. And you are so spot on with your own personal experience too. That's a testimony to,
Yeah.
like, doing it.
Just do it. Yeah. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
Daniel, that's a whole nother discussion here as well. But listen, we've covered a lot of ground here. What is the best way for people to follow you, stay in touch with you, see all the great work that you are doing?
Oh, thank you for asking that. Well, the best way is to go to theassetmindset.com. Instagram is a great way to get a hold of me, the Asset Mindset on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. You can shoot me a message. I've connected with people there and done events. And if you're looking for someone to really help shape your life or take that next step in growth, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I do free phone calls in the beginning to talk and see if you're a fit and if I want to work with you, because I'm not just going to work with anybody. You have to be
Right.
serious. You have to have the right mindset, the right heart. It's not about greed and, oh, how can I make more money? This is how can I be a better human being? How can I change my life for the better? How can I change my family? So absolutely DM me, email through the website. You can email me. If you go to Simon Schuster's Speakers Bureau, I'm on their list of speakers, so you can connect with me through the Speakers Bureau. I always try and do the best I can to reach out personally.
That's awesome. And if I coach with you, are we jumping out of an airplane or does that come in phase two?
That's the ultimate platinum diamond package.
All right. Hey, very good. Daniel, you know what's coming next. At the end of every episode, I ask my guests, what is your I Dare You challenge for all of us? I can't wait for this. So, Daniel Fielding, asset mindset, here we go. What is your I Dare You challenge for all of us?
I dare you the first thing when you wake up in the morning to give yourself 10 minutes and do gratitude and focus on what your goals are for the day. And then at night, you got to do 10 minutes on what you accomplished, grateful that you made it through the day, and set your mind up for resting and going to sleep. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes before you go to bed. That's only 20 minutes out of the day. You can do it and you can own your power.
Daniel, that is a fantastic I Dare You challenge and one that we can implement tonight. So, Daniel, thanks so much for being here. And you're doing great work in the world with the asset mindset. And this interview is just inspired so many, including me. So, thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been an honor, and you are an asset mindset teammate. So reach out anytime, Darren.
Okay, Daniel, one of the things I've observed when I'm working with people is that everyone seems to be chasing something. Everyone wants happiness and we're all after the same thing. How does this asset mindset fit into that?
Oh, great question. So I think the problem with that is happiness is not outside of ourselves. We think when we get this job or we obtain this house, or hey, maybe when I pay off my house and I'm mortgage free, or ooh, when I get married, my life will be better and I'll be happy, or oh, when I have children. No, happiness is a state of mind. Happiness is your mindset. It's not something you achieve outside yourself. Happiness is within you. So you need to grow your mindset and create the asset mindset that you have happiness within you. You can do that. And that comes from gratitude, reframing your thoughts. If you think negatively, change to a positive. Happiness is within you. And it is so important for people to understand and realize that and to grow their asset mindset within themselves so they can be happy.
It's great, great. One thing I see that all the time with friends and family and with myself, that you talk about reframe your thoughts. And when I am too involved with social media and I'm doom scrolling, the algorithm is feeding my fury. It is trying to get me to be angry and the negative aspect of that. And so I like that a lot for everyone listening. Just reframe your thoughts and make sure you're feeding the brain with the right type of information. You can either go one or two ways, positive or negative, and too often it can get negative pretty quick. So perfect. I love that.